Now, more than 5,300 people die from a brain tumour each year here in the UK. And according to the Brain Tumour Charity, just 12% of brain tumour patients survive more than 5 years after diagnosis. One mother from Scunthorpe in Lincolnshire has expressed her anger and frustration at the lack of treatment options available for her husband, who's fighting an aggressive brain tumour. Our Yorkshire and Humber reporter, Anna Riley, has this report.
Father of 3, Dave Hopkins, received the devastating diagnosis that he had a terminal brain tumour last September after suffering with headaches and a flicker in his eye. Despite undergoing surgery, radiotherapy and chemotherapy, it was determined that Dave would be unable to receive life-saving care under the NHS. His wife Nikki began searching for treatments in the UK and abroad to give her beloved husband more time, and the couple were forced to crowdfund for £150,000 in order to begin a course of care in Germany. COVID restrictions made travel to the country tough, and now, more than 1 year on, the couple are still searching for answers.
You know, there's people missing out. You have to research to have the treatment that I've had. We've had to research it. So a lot of people won't even know what I've managed to have. I mean, we don't know 100% if it's going to work or not anyway yet, but the early signs are there's a good chance it will. But unless people research, like Nicky's done, people might never find this clinic in Germany. People might just suffer and die, and there's nobody telling anybody anything. So,
and it depends. I think the biggest thing is treatment has not changed in over 20 years, and it's a one-fit-all. It isn't looked at for everybody as an individual. Every single person's brain is different, and there's just nothing else there, where every single body's markers come back different. So you've had vaccines made in Germany specific to his tumour. The biggest thing and the biggest challenge is we've been out there twice. You've had 5 vaccines. You had 4 initially, another 1. But then because of his health, we've not been able to go again. We do plan on going again, and we're just working on your fitness levels, aren't we? You was in hospital last week. But if there was something like that here, you could have maybe continued that.
Because you got young children suffering and dying, and nobody's doing anything about it. It's just pushed into the background for some reason, because it's brain tumour. I mean, I never had anything to do with it either before, so it's not something I've ever been made aware to anyway, about how dangerous it was and how common it was.
I think, though, once you're in that situation, you do see more, don't you? I think if you're not affected by it, you don't see it.
We do. We say we live for the moment, live for every day as it is, so we try to, make a big deal out of every day.
Dave and Nikki are frustrated at the lack of options available on the NHS and wish that more could be done, which is something supported by the charity Brain Tumour Research.
There are some really bleak statistics around brain tumours. They're the biggest cancer killer of children and adults under the age of 40. But what we absolutely know is that if we're going to improve options and outcomes for brain tumour patients, we need to invest in scientific research. And historically, that's been at just 1% of the national cancer research spend. That's not enough to move the dial. And what we're finding increasingly is that patients like Dave are taking the option of researching, accessing and then self-funding treatments abroad because the NHS has nothing else to offer them. We at Brain Tumour Research fund research into brain tumours, but we also campaign for the government to get more involved. This is significant amounts of money, but what we're really looking for is some sort of form of parity. If you look at what's happened with breast cancer and leukemia, we've moved the dial in a generation by appropriate scientific funding. Now, if we did that for brain tumours, and if we approached brain tumours with the sort of urgency that we've approached the vaccine in terms of getting something done about it, then we can make a difference for brain tumour patients, but it needs significant government investment, and brain tumour patients deserve better.
Nikki and Dave have gained the support of their local Conservative MP, Holly Mumby-Croft, who highlighted in Prime Minister's questions that while the Department of Health is working with charities to address the issue of funding, that there's still much more to be done. For now, Dave and Nikki remain strong and determined to find a cure. Anna Riley for GB News.
Well, a Department of Health and Social Care spokesperson said brain cancer can be a devastating disease, and our thoughts go out to those experiencing it, as well as loved ones supporting them. We've redoubled our efforts to find therapies and new treatments, and in 2018 committed more than £40 million of funding over 5 years, which is supporting brain cancer research. We're supporting the research community working on brain cancer by funding every single eligible research request in this area and providing research and training for practicing doctors.